They got you in the second half, Coach. It seemed like the first half was okay, and they after a big run in the third quarter, they caught you and they pulled away. What turned the tide?
Well, knowing how to win. We got to understand how to win. To beat a championship team, you've got to make, we work hard to get a, 68 to 61 lead, and then we got to learn how to close it out. And that's a mark of a young team versus a veteran team. And, they get to the free throw line 38 times versus that 12. They were aggressive going to the basket, and that's what you got to do. And we're learning. I mean, again, it sounds like a broken record. I like our effort, but we got to just take that next step in decision-making in crunch time.
You brought the turnovers down, but it's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. No, two. No, we're still, though, in crunch time, we've got to make better decisions. Read the passing lane, cut harder, V-cut to help the passer, all those little things that when you're a winning championship team, you make those plays, and we got to learn to do that. I mean, again, we laid our hearts on the floor, we left it on the court. I can't fault the effort, but now again, we got to make better decisions and play smarter.
Finished with DeMar, Leandro, and Jose. Is that for you needed points?
He's scoring. We struggled. We took the lead. They fought back, and we got stuck for a long time. I think it was on 77, and so I thought we needed scoring in the game.
You like that group?
I like that group. I thought, again, we would need scoring, but again, on the other end, we got to get stops, make sure our rotations are closing out the touch. We can't let. Jan's a nice player, but we can't let him come in and affect the game. We've got to respect, get our rotations crisp on him. So we had some breakdowns defensively on other people other than a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean,
Coach,
we expect that from him, but not from somebody else.
Sorry, Coach, what did you like when you took the lead in that third quarter? Because they started off, they put the lead to 8, you called a timeout. What worked when you turned it around there?
We went to our zone. Our zone was pretty effective, and then also, too, we got to make sure we're executing that. They got a couple buckets on that. So I thought our defense got us to lead. We come down. We was pushing in transition, making good decisions. And now I told them that's when now you have to start playing with your head. Mm-hmm. You've worked hard to get the lead. Now the hardest part is about to come because the other team's going to turn up the heat. You've got to execute, do things in the hard way, and make sure you make the right decisions.
It looked like every time DeMar got the ball, they were collapsing 2 and 3 guys on him. I mean, they weren't going to let him beat him.
Well, in the second half, he did a much better job, Mike, of moving the basketball, making sure he got the ball out of his hands. Because against a good defensive team, when you pound it, they're going to load up. And that's in the first half, I thought he pounded a little bit. Second half, he did a much better job of moving the ball. And then, as an offensive player, the ball will always find you. And it found him in the right situations. It found Andrea. When you give it up, it'll come back to you.
How about Andrea's performance?
Really excited about it. Again, offensively, yes. Defensively, we still have some work to do. I'd like to see him get some more rebounds. But offensively, I thought he played big time. That's the kind of aggression we need from him. And we've got to continue that. But also let's get on the boards a little bit. But I was really happy with his offensive output.
You mentioned the zone worked for you defensively. Is that something you might go to a little bit more this season?
We will. That's going to be a part of our defensive package. We got to continue to work on it to make sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be, the reads, the nuances of it. Right now we know the basics, but right now we're not as good when teams mix it up a little bit. And again, we'll learn. I promise you that we'll learn and get better from it because we're going to work at it. And I cannot fault our guys' effort. We're doing an excellent job, but we got to take that next step, and we'll get there.
I think the last couple of games, Ed sort of struggled. I think he's a little bit. Is it the game a bit too fast, or he's going too fast? What?
He's done some good things. The game is fast for him. We're going to try to get him some matchups that we like with him. Maybe some run at 5 to go against a quicker guy, a smaller guy like Mahimi. We was wanting to do that tonight a little bit, but couldn't get to it. But Ed's doing a good job. We just, again, it's a growing process for him without training camp last year, Doug. Yeah. This is his first full at it at the beginning of the season.
To be back at the American Airlines Center for you?
It feels good. I'd much rather walk out of here with a W, but it feels good. I like my team's effort against a championship team. We knew they had a hungry team coming in, being 0-3. So we knew what we were facing coming in this building, and, again, we've got to continue to get better and work. And and make sure we take advantage of a lead like 68 to 61 and keep putting the foot on the metal and not give in.
Did it feel a little weird being on the other side? And,
A little bit. I mean, a little bit. But, again, you know, I'm a Toronto Raptor through and through right now and glad to be here. I love my team. I love the effort they're giving. And so it feels weird, but it feels good because I like my team's effort.